All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to be in the 168-pound division and the 154-pound division and the 147-pound division all at the same time in the aftermath of the Canelo Alvarez versus Jermell Charlo, undisputed versus undisputed fight. And there is a whole lot of heat headed at the camp of Derrick James after another one of his fighters lost. And people are just real funny with this stuff, man. But I'm pretty much saying, hey, look, Derrick James is a terrible trainer. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to be talking about the aftermath of the Canelo Alvarez versus Jermell Charlo fight, which took place this Saturday, September 30th, in which Canelo Alvarez beat Jermell Charlo all but maybe 1 or 2 rounds of the fight, dropped Jermell Charlo, beat him lopsided fashion. And there's a lot of criticism going around about Jermell Charlo, about Jermell Charlo's trainer, about Errol Spence, about Ryan Garcia, about Anthony Joshua, right? All directed at Derrick James, who is the 2022 Trainer of the Year, talking about how he is a terrible trainer and these are terrible fighters and cowards and all kind of other crazy stuff going on. And this is going to be my attempt at, I'm going to discuss it and give you my thoughts on it. Before I get into that, though, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And if you're a longtime subscriber and supporter of the channel, thank you so much for your continued support. Okay, so let's get this right. There's a lot of people out here saying a lot of crazy stuff about Derrick James' camp, the fighters in it, in a way that I think is just absolutely childish, over the top, and could easily, if you spent 5 seconds thinking about it, could easily be corrected in your own mind. So Derrick James has several significant charges or people that he trains. Errol Spence Jr. is one. Jermell Charlo is a second. He also has Frank Martin. He has Ryan Garcia. And he has Anthony Joshua. 5 big name fighters. Well, 4 very big name fighters. And I guess you could call Frank Martin a contender. However, everybody that's listened to this video knows who each one of them is. So several of them have just had very difficult fights. 2 of them have lost. 1 of them did not look very good. Another one did not look particularly great. And another one you shouldn't even include in the conversation because his last fight, Derrick James wasn't training him. So Errol Spence Jr. lost to Terrence Crawford. Jermell Charlo lost to Canelo Alvarez. Frank Martin won a fight, but looked like he was behind in the first half of the fight, came back to win the fight. And then Anthony Joshua just knocked out Christian Hamer. However, people said he got hit too much. Not Christian Hamer, excuse me. What is the guy's name? The one, I'm sorry, forget it. Big heavyweight out of Europe, that Robert Helenius, that's the name that I'm looking for. Robert Helenius knocked out Robert Helenius, but he got hit a few times, and people think he could have looked better against Robert Helenius. So of course the reaction is that Derrick James has been exposed. He's not a good trainer, which is just absolutely ridiculous. First of all, trainers do not fight. Okay, trainers train. Trainers do not fight. There's the duty of the fighter to get in there and execute the game plan of the trainer. Also, look at the 2 people that they lost to. One loss was to Canelo Alvarez, and the other one was to Terrence Crawford. And just so you know, the betting odds, both of his fighters were favored. Neither one of Errol Spence nor Jermell Charlo were favored to win either one of those fights. So you go into a fight where most people think your fighters are going to lose, and your fighters lose, and somehow that's evident that you're not a good trainer or that your trainers, you've been exposed. It's absolutely ridiculous. You can't put anything on him about Anthony Joshua because Anthony Joshua's not lost since he's been there. And it's been a rebuilding process with Anthony Joshua. And then Frank Martin actually won the fight listening to Derek James, and Ryan Garcia himself has not even fought yet under Derek James. But let's just go one step further and look at trainers in general. How many trainers do you know, world-class trainers, Hall of Fame trainers, that never lost a fight? None. Freddie Roach has. Freddie Roach is a Hall of Fame trainer, and I've never heard anybody say that he's not one. And Freddie Roach most definitely has had a bunch of fighters lose. And on top of it, he had Manny Pacquiao knocked out dead on his face by Juan Manuel Marquez. Nacho Beristain most definitely has had a lot of fighters lose. I do believe that he had fighters lose to Tim Bradley. He had fighters lose to Floyd Mayweather Jr. All of these, Joe Goosen. Joe Goosen is someone people consistently talk about as a top trainer. He just had Ryan Garcia buckled by Gervonta Davis. This idea that you can dismiss a trainer based off of a bad streak of fights that his fighters are in is absolutely ridiculous, especially when I don't even think, I'm sure that Derek James, when he's come in as a favorite, has not lost yet. When you go in against the number one two of the top pound for pound fighters, a lot of people say it. I don't put Canelo on mine because he popped dirty. But that aside, Canelo, if he wasn't, it would be Canelo and Terrence Crawford are two top 5 pound for pound or top 2 pound for pound fighters in the world, and some of the best, and 2 of the best fighters to put on gloves this century. And you take some losses to them, but somehow that means that this is ridiculous. What this is just an attempt to pile on and hope that the PBC and hope that these type of the fighters that are some way associated with Al Heyman and then by extension Floyd Mayweather Jr. just a way to try to make them look bad and talk down on them. We have all of these excellent fights taking place in the PBC and on Showtime, and you still have a bunch of people hoping it's going to go out of business and talking about, these PBC fighters keep losing. Even though Canelo Alvarez is with the PBC. That's a PBC fighter. Terrence Crawford fought on a PBC card. As of right now, that's a PBC fighter. Those guys are not top-ranked fighters. Those guys are not Golden Boy fighters. They're the zone fighters. That's where they are. But anyway, that's my take on the situation. I just think it's absolutely ridiculous. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.